Hey guys, welcome to another episode of TR's Corner. For today's story, I'm going to tell you about the time where um, I ate some macaroni and cheese before swimming practice when I was a kid. My parents wanted me to take some swimming practice lessons, so I knew how to, swim and get myself out of a situation in case I was drowning and things like that. So I'm sure most of you have probably gone through that too. So basically, in this story, it was lunchtime. Another real life story too, by the way. So all these TR's Corner episodes are all based off true things that happened in my life. Um, so yeah, one day we were about to have lunch. I was about to go off to swimming practice. It was a good hour or so away at this point. So my mom wanted to make me some lunch. Get that in before swimming practice. Who would have known, right? It's cramping and all that other stuff going on. But apparently at the time, she really wanted to make me some lunch before going off to swimming practice. So, we were sitting there and I was in my bathing suit and my loose T-shirt, my swimming T-shirt because I didn't want to get one of my good T-shirts all ruined and stuff. And my mom made us some mac and cheese. My brother was at the table. I was at the table, and we had one of those. And we still kind of do it. It's changed over the years, but you know how like when you go out to a porch and they have like those. Clothing blinds to kind of block that porch and stuff. So we had one of those. Like I said, it's changed over the years a little bit. But at the time, I mean, it's probably because of this instance why we changed it so much. But so we had one of those, and I was sitting on the chair that was closest to those blinds. And we were eating our mac and cheese. It was good mac and cheese. I remember it was nice and warm, and everything a mac and cheese meal should be. And we were eating it, and we were eating it, and I really had to sneeze for some reason. For some reason, I didn't have a cold at the time or anything, but I really needed to sneeze. But I didn't want to stop eating this macaroni and cheese. So I kept eating the macaroni and cheese. I'm still going, like, maybe I can hold off on the sneeze, and maybe when I'm done, I can sneeze at a more appropriate time and stuff like that. So, I was eating mac and cheese, eating whatever else was on my plate at the time too. And I really had to sneeze. I couldn't hold it in any longer. I just had to sneeze. So I had mac and cheese in my mouth. It was pretty well chewed up at this point, but I still had some little bits and pieces in my mouth, and before swallowing it at the time. So I couldn't hold it any longer. I sneezed, and I sneezed all over those blinds. So the whole set of blinds, I wouldn't say the whole thing, but a good majority of it was full of macaroni and cheese bits. My mom was in shock. My brother was in shock. I felt guilty. I felt like I committed a crime. And my mom looked back at me after still in shock of what she saw on the blind, just like, "What do you think this is, a barn?" And she had to, she was mad. She didn't talk to me the rest of the day. Even when she dropped me off at swimming practice, she didn't say a word to me after that incident. Yeah, all I can remember is, "What do you think this is, a barn?" And she goes over and cleans off the blinds and really mad, like really looking at me in frustration, like she always does when she's mad at me. Unfortunately, to this day, she does that, and clean off the blinds with a towel and things like that. And like I said, the blinds have been changed over the years; they've been cleaned and stuff. But I remember at the time, like if you looked closely, you could still see those little macaroni and cheese bits on them, and you could definitely tell they were washed off and everything. But you could still see the little bit marks on there, and so that was the time I sneezed all over the blinds to our porch. Still feel guilty about it, though. What do you think? This is a barn line is still popular amongst my family, and it's definitely kind of like the llama sneeze incident, like I talked about in a previous TR's Corner episode. It's definitely not a moment I feel proud of, but it's definitely a goofier story. It definitely started a new quote within the family, and it's just kind of a funny story to look back at. It wasn't funny at the time, but looking back on it, it's kind of funny. So that's it for this TR's Corner episode, and I'll see you guys here for a future video.